In the Neon update, we got 5 new Neon-based abilities. Now I'm going to attempt to do the unimaginable by ranking these 5 abilities. It's gonna be a tough task, but here we go. At number 5, well, avoid this one. It is pretty much useless. The Neon Projectile Pulverization Field. This wonderful field blocks projectiles, but it does it so bad that it's not even worth your time or applying it. I can't see its usefulness whenever you use the ability. It just sends it 50 yards away from your unit. If anyone is past that field at all, it doesn't block the projectiles in the first place. So this thing, just avoid it. Just don't even use it. It's not even worth your time in its current state. Now, unless they update the game, of course. But as it stands, the field is way too small, too inaccurate, and anytime a unit is firing from within the field towards you and then past the little box thing in the middle, it really just doesn't block anything. At number 4, we have the Neon Mass Manipulator Field, aka anti-gravity. This field is anti-gravity. You place it around the unit and it just lifts everyone up except your unit. Just kind of floats around for a little bit. Doesn't really do much fall damage on anyone, and it's kind of just for fun. It is fun to watch and it is fun to use. That's why it's not in last like the other one. This one actually is funny and it can be in that space and own it. The projectile pulverization field just doesn't do anything. Our last field-based ability, the Neon Force Flux Pack. These ability names are just insane. This force pack lifts your unit slowly off the ground, levitating them into the sky as it starts increasing this energy field like Goku charging up his Super Saiyan form, and it brings in other enemy units together to you into the sky, and then after some time it explodes and sends units flying depending on how heavy they are and everything. But very fun to watch, especially if you just throw a bunch of halflings on the field, they go flying. As you can see here, it's just really fun to play with. It's gonna get crazy. That is number 3, the Neon Force Flux Pack. And number 2, not a field-based ability, the Neon Splinter Storm Pack. This is our first and only weapon-based ability. This is essentially just neon rockets strapped to your back. And although it looks like there are only 4, it sends out like 12 or something, I don't know. It just keeps going. These little guys are pretty impressive and they do some actual damage on the battlefield. They have good splash damage. They actually take out a whole mammoth worth of health in one fell swoop if every rocket is hitting. These little rockets remind me of Iron Man's little shoulder pack in the first movie where it just targets the enemies and fires little homing missiles. That's what I imagine this is. Just way more wobbly as tabs intended. The combination of this with one of the top 3 guns over in my ranked tabs video, go check that out. You have a formidable neon based unit, my friend. And at last, number 1, what could beat rockets? Simply the Neon Projectile Pulverization. Now this ability lands on the opposite side of the similarly named ability, but without a field. This one is just personalized to a unit, like it just sits on their head. You don't have to throw it out there and hope it works. It just works. I tested a ton of projectiles against this ability and it doesn't go away. It stays there forever. It takes care of blocking everything for you, knocking down enemy units with your neon swords, like easy peasy. Now I tried a multitude of things to see what this would block and what it wouldn't. Let's just say it doesn't block catapults or the ballistas or lightning, but it does block a lot of the other stuff like arrows, other neon projectiles, even like the bombard beam. I tested out like the Tesla Torrent and it didn't block that, or the Stasis Storm. Didn't block those. I think those are just different types of weapons, not necessarily projectile based. But for the most part, when you think projectile, this thing is gonna block it. So, ultimate defense, that's why it's at number 1. I really like the rockets at number 2, but they take a while to reload. I'd rather just have a little neon force field playing defense 24/7. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe. And go check out my neon weapons video where I rank each and every single one of them and I tell you which ones are the best to use. But otherwise, that's it.